In this video, we are going to cover very important and interesting part for the beginners, that is the loops. As in the introduction of control statements, we discussed like whenever we want to iterate some set of statements continuously or repeatedly, we will go for the loops. So here we will see something like that itself. As here in the flowchart you can see, like first of all the flow will come like that. It will come and check the condition, and if it is returning a true, then we will again repeat this particular set of statements, and we will keep on doing that unless and until the condition is giving us the true, and as soon as the condition is false, this loop will be terminated. So anytime the number of iterations of a particular loop will be depending on a particular given conditions. And here we can classify the loops into these four parts. Actually not classification, we have these four types of loop here, that is for loop, while loop, do while loop and for each loop. In this series we will not cover for each loop as a part of the loops, but we will definitely do it in this series only in the concept of arrays. Now in this very first example of iterational statements, I am using a for loop inside which you can see several things are going on. Like here, first of all I will put the initialization, then condition and then updation. All the three statements inside this for loop are optional, but make sure that you are using these two semicolons. These are mandatory. Even if you don't put this condition, these semicolons must be there. Let's see how this for loop will execute. So here, first of all, this initialization will take place. In this example, initialize the I with a 1. Then before coming inside, it will check this condition like I should be less than or equal to 10. So when you initialize it, obviously 1 is less than 10. It will come inside and will print the value of I. Once it is done all these statements inside this for, it will go to the updation. Initialization will only take place for the first time. After that, every time the loop execution is done, it will go to the updation part. Here it is incrementing it by 1. So this 1 becomes 2, and again before coming inside, we will check the condition like 2 is less than 10. Then 2 will be printed, again it will be incremented 3, 3 will be checked and get printed. So this process will go on till I is less than or equal to 10. As soon as I is greater than 10, that is I becomes 11, this loop will be terminated. So in the output you can see all the 10 numbers got printed, and you can also check it by putting this breakpoint like this, and I is less equal to 1, condition checked, true, 1, incrementing it, now I is 2, and so on. 10 times these values will get printed. Alright, so this is how these iterational statement works. Now I just added some more lines in this program where I want to sum all these 10 numbers. So for doing that, I have taken a variable named sum and I initialized it with 0. I should get some initial value right here. So when I will give you 1, sum is equal to sum plus I, that is 0 plus 1 is 1. So that value will be there in sum. Then I will give us 2, 1 plus 2 is 3, and so on. It will go on for the 10 times, and you can see the output is here. Now logically, you can make the nesting of any control statements inside one another. Like you can put the iterational statement inside any conditional statement or vice versa. Like here itself, if I want to sum only the even numbers given in this loop, so what can I do is, if I mod 2 is equal to 0 and I want when it is an even number only, then it should get printed and it should be summed up. So now in the output you will see only even numbers got summed up. So this is a sample example for iterational statements. Like, doesn't matter whichever control statement, or I should say iterational statements you will be working with, all give you a similar flavor. As here I use the iteration statement using for. In our coming examples I will use for, while, do while as the iterational statement.